Hey everyone, my name is Allison Hunter, a senior attending the South Atlanta High School. Welcome to the Voice for Prevention Youth Advocacy Rally. What advocacy means to me. We have been planning this for a few weeks now and are super excited about having you all here. We have you joining us from all across the state of Georgia this evening. Thank you again so much for being here. And if you aren't on camera, we would love for you to turn on your camera and join us fully. Now I want to bring Ms. Esther Lopez to share more about Voice for Prevention. Ms. Lopez, take it away.
Thank you, Allison. Hello, everybody. My name is Esther Lopez, and I am the project director for Voices for Prevention. And I want to tell you a little bit about what we do to see if it's something we hope that you will be interested in and will help us work in. Voices for Prevention works with suicide prevention and substance abuse prevention advocacy. That means that throughout the state, we do a lot of networking. So we bring people together who are interested in working in these different issues. We provide also skill training and through the forms of trainings and webinars and things like that to help people learn how to do the advocacy. And then we also provide opportunities for advocacy. We have two big events a year. One is Substance Abuse Prevention Day at the Capitol, and that will be February 24th. We also have a Suicide Prevention Day at the Capitol, and that would be February 10th. And that is an opportunity for young people and older people alike to get together and go to the Capitol and have the opportunity to network, meet other people, but also speak with your legislators about the issues that are important to you. So that is what we do, and we hope that all of you will be joining us. We have a free membership, emphasize on free, and we are going to put the link in the chat box for you to join. And there's a catch to that. Today and today only. If you sign up, we will be pulling names from people who signed up and give away some gift cards. So again, if you're interested in a gift card, an Amazon gift card, you will be entered when you sign up for our membership. And that link will be in the chat box. So again, that's what we do. And if you have any questions, please contact me or Carmen, and we can give you more information. But Allison, back to you.
I think there's a video. Marcia.
Our common concerns are the basis for our common efforts.
It's important to realize that advocacy doesn't look the same for everyone.
One of those days as well, going to the Capitol for Prevention Day and dressing up and talking with our senators, with our representatives.
That's how it all starts. Just find a passion and then have a group of people around you that also share that passion.
It's never really too young to start advocating.
You can let your policymakers know about effective solutions that are out there so you or they don't have to feel like they need to reinvent the wheel.
Thank you, Ms. Lopez. We are so glad to have Voices for Prevention in our state. Now it's time to have some fun. Today, we're going to play Two Truths and a Lie, and we're going to welcome Ms. Carmen Caldwell with Voices for Prevention, who will lead us in this activity.
Thank you so much, Allison. Can I say how excited I am to be with y'all tonight and excited to play this game? So y'all don't know this, but I love game shows. I've been on like 2 game shows, Family Feud, and I've been on Celebrity Name Game. And so one of my dreams is to like have my own game show. This big dream. So tonight is the night. Y'all get to get my debut of my game show. All right, let me share my screen and cross my fingers that my game show works and everything pulls off right. So I want to welcome you all to our Welcome to Two Truths and a Lie. I'm your host, Carmen Caldwell, and I am so glad to be with you all today. Thank you all for being in my studio audience tonight. Here's how the game is going to go down. So I'm going to share my screen. Well, I'm going to show 3 statements on the screen. And when I share those 3 statements, 2 of them will be true and 1 will be a lie. Your job is to figure out which one is the lie and then put the number 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. The chat is disabled right now, so you can't jump ahead. You can't try to get ahead and do it before somebody else does, right? You got to wait your turn. And then once I say the chat is open, once I've read that last statement, the 3rd statement, and the chat is open, then the first person who puts the right answer in the chat wins the gift card prize. We have 5 rounds, count it, 5 rounds that we're going to be doing this. So you have 5 opportunities to win. So, be listening. So we got to get started. Any questions before I get started? Because I don't want anybody to say, Ms. Carmen didn't do it right. Any questions, come off mute because I can't see the chat right now. Oh, did somebody chat? Hold up, let me see. Okay.
I checked. There's nothing there, Carmen.
Nothing there. All right. So my game is legit. We're ready. All right. So I'm moving on to my next slide. All right. Here are the 2 statements. I got to move my pictures away. If you get drunk, coffee, greasy food, and or a cold shower will sober you up quickly. Statement 2, children and teens who use alcohol and drugs are more likely to have a substance use disorder as adults. Number 3, alcohol, marijuana, and tobacco are substances most commonly used by adolescents. All right, you got to pick the one that is the lie. The chat is open. Select your response now. All right, I'm giving it a couple more seconds. 2, 3, 1. All right, the chat is closing. Gabby, tell us, who is our winner?
Our first responder was Tempito Williams.
All right, Tempita Williams. If I'm jacking up your name, please charge it to my heart and not my head. I just know, charge it to my head, not my heart. I want to make sure I got it right. So congratulations. You are to send your email to the Voices for Prevention person in the chat. Send that, it'll say Voices for Prevention. Send that to them, and then they'll get your gift card to you. We'll get that to you sometime tomorrow. So let me look through. So let's go through. So the lie was what was the lie? Number 1, if you get drunk, coffee, greasy food, and or a cold shower will sober you up quickly. Nope, none of that will work. So I don't care what you hear on the street committee. I don't care what they tell you out there. Nothing works but time. And actually, you all are youth of greatness. You all are youth of purpose. So this doesn't even apply to you because you're not out there getting drunk, but you can definitely let your friends know. All right. I don't know, I'm getting texts and I can't run my game and answer texts. So, all right. So let's go next. Ready for the next?
Run your game. Run your game.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Veronica. The chat is closed, right?
Yes.
All right, so we're on to round 2. All right, substance use affects the growth and development of teens, especially brain development. Statement 2, sharing prescription drugs with others is safe and legal because they were prescribed by a doctor. Statement 3, most students are not involved in underage drinking. Which one of these statements is the lie? Put it in the chat. The chat is now open. All right, counting down 3, 2, 1. We're closing the chat. Do we have a winner?
Yes, we have Brandon Mitchell as our winner.
Congratulations, Brandon. You are the winner. And what was the one that was the lie? Statement two, sharing prescription drugs with others is safe and legal because they were prescribed by a doctor. No, ma'am, no, sir. We don't use other people's prescription drugs. Even if you say, oh, well, we have the same prescription, it's 800 milligrams or whatever. If your name is not on that bottle prescribed by a doctor, it is not safe. We should not get into the habit of sharing drugs, prescription drugs, even though they're from a doctor. So that is not safe. And then we know, of course, our other two statements are true, that substance use does affect brain development in youth. And then also most students, despite what you may hear, most students are not involved in underage drinking. Veronica, your hand is up. Question?
Yes, ma'am. It's supposed to be the first person, right?
Yes.
Malia was the first person.
But they got the
Yeah, they put the two in. She was first
My
under
apologies.
number one.
You're completely right. I see it now. I didn't
It's
scroll
okay,
all
because
the
it
way
just
down.
went under the one. And I think you thought that one was part of the other.
Exactly what I did. Malia, you are totally this winner. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you know what we're gonna do? Brandon and Malia won this round because I don't believe in taking nothing back from anybody. So this is how this game show rolls.
That's right.
So yep, Brandon and Malia, you both won that round. We will make sure we keep a better eye on the next one. So y'all ready for round 3? All right, let's go to round 3. Statement 1, you can't become addicted to marijuana. Statement 2, a can of beer, a glass of wine, a mixed drink, and a shot of liquor all have about the same amount of alcohol and will have the same effect. Statement 3, teens are more likely to abuse substances if they suffer from depression, low self-esteem, low impulse control, have a history of abuse, or family history of substance abuse. Which one of these statements is not correct? The chat should be open and go. All right, counting down 3, 2, and 1. We're closing the chat. Do we have a winner?
Combing through these. Let's see.
Okay.
I
So while
have
she's doing that, go ahead.
I have Divine as the winner.
Congratulations, Divine. Divine is our winner tonight for round 3. Congratulations. Let's go through these. You can't become addicted to marijuana. That is a straight up lie, y'all. It happens every day. And although you'll hear other students and youth or even adults in your life say you can't become addicted, you can. We're not here. I don't have time to go through all of it, but just know that you can become addicted to marijuana just like any other substance, any other drug, any other substance. You can become addicted. And then a can of beer, glass of wine, mixed drinks, a shot of liquor, they all have about the same amount of alcohol in it. So sometimes you'll hear students say, well, I just had a shot. Well, you know what? That's just like drinking a whole can of beer. And at the end of the day, as young people, I always call you all young people of greatness and purpose. You don't even want to be engaging in this anyway. Anything that would get you off your game from reaching your goals, you want to walk away from. The third statement, of course, we know that a lot of teens and adults actually use substances to cope with issues, whether it's low self-esteem or depression, and they may have peer pressure and those things around them. But again, as youth of purpose and greatness, that is not where you are. Even if you're experiencing depression, you will seek out healthy ways, talking with a counselor, a therapist, your parents, a youth leader, maybe someone at your church, finding healthy ways to cope. Some students exercise, others like to sing or draw or do music, finding other healthy ways to cope with whatever the issues, but using substances is not the way to do it. It's not the way to do it. All right, are we ready for round 4? Round 4, woo! Let's go. All right, let me find my arrows moving from me. Here we go. All right, statement 1. A person usually shows warning signs before attempting suicide. Statement 2, suicide is preventable. Statement 3, talking about suicide or asking someone if they feel suicidal will encourage suicide attempts. All right, the chat will be open now. The chat is open. All right, counting down 3, 2, and 1. We're closing the chat. let's look and see. We have a winner. Let me get to our answer screen. So the winner is the first person who put in the number 3. 3 is the statement that is a lie. And this, I just talked to somebody last week about this, an older lady who was saying she was scared to talk to somebody about suicide because she said, won't that make them even want to do it more? And I was like, no, ma'am. Actually, when people are having that conversation and want to talk about it, they're actually reaching out to you because they want to share, they want to get it out. There's so much training. There's youth mental health aid training. There's some peer-to-peer training that's available for you all. So if you have a peer, a youth, a friend, a family member that's talking about it, don't feel like you can't talk to them about it, but also you are to go and share that information with another adult so that they can get them some help. Because what we don't want to do is to leave them in that place, right? We want to share, allow them to share, but then also give them a resource. And that's one of the things that Voices for Prevention is here to do, to share with you all various resources that you can share with your communities, your families, and your friends about suicide and substance abuse prevention. So great job. Who's our winner for round 4?
We have Divine again.
Divine has won again. Quick on the draw, Divine. Congratulations. All right. Next, slide. I think this is round 5. This is our last round. Let me do my drum roll. Last round. Here we go. Our first statement: you are not snitching if you tell an adult about a friend having suicidal thoughts. Statement 2: kids and teens who discuss or threaten suicide should always be taken seriously. Statement 3: suicide only affects individuals with a mental health condition. All right, which one of these statements is a lie? The chat is open. All right, that was round 5. The chat is closing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let me find my cursor. Here we go. The statement that was a lie is number 3. Suicide only affects individuals with a mental health condition. That is not true. Just because people may have depression, they may not be suicidal. People who don't have depression or some other mental health issue that may or may not be diagnosed does not mean that they're necessarily suicidal, or they could be. Suicide is not connected necessarily or solely or only to a mental health condition. So we don't want to confuse that and think, oh, they'll be fine because we never knew them to have depression or bipolar or anything. No, if they're talking about it, remember, like I said before, you want to get them to a resource so they can get the help that they need, whether or not they have a diagnosed mental health condition. All right. So who is our winner for round 5?
We got Tara Combs.
All right, Tara, Miss Tara. All right, congratulations to our winners for the night. With that, I think that's my game time. I got to look at my script, and I am about to now kick it back to Allison. Allison, take it over, girl.
That was so fun. And I think that we all took the chance to actually learn some things too, right? Be sure that you stay to the end because these aren't the only giveaways that'll be happening tonight, but you must be present to win. We are here to discuss advocacy and what it means to us as youth. We have a few youth, including myself, that will share what does advocacy mean to me. We will start off with Zara Body, a member of the Youth Action Board at Guide Inc. in Gwinnett County.
I don't think Zara made it on yet. Oh, yes, she is here. Yay, I see her now.
Hi, so I'm a part of the Youth Advisory Board. And so advocacy and prevention is actually really big for us. We have a meeting once a month on every second Tuesday or first Tuesday. We just had ours yesterday, and we decided to make sure. And so we're basically a group that decides to help the community in different ways. So we plan like fundraisers, and we plan just community-based things that mainly aim to help for mental health reasons. So to us, it really is a big part of our lives because we are all high schoolers in Gwinnett County, and day to day, and what happens is people are suffering, and not a lot of us take action to help because it often goes misheard, because you don't hear about it a lot, but it happens a lot. So yeah, it means a lot to us. And yeah, so the Youth Advisory Board really has the aim to help people suffering with these problems.
That is so great, Laura. Now we will pass it back to Ms. Carmen.
Yes. So before they continue on with their sharing, I just want to encourage you in the chat. We're going to put a link for you all to go ahead and sign up for our V4P membership. We want especially our youth to do that so you all can stay connected. Remember, I talked about in the game that we have all these resources and things available for you to help your peers and your family and your community. So you need to do that, because that link, and when you sign up in that use that link and sign up, that is where we're going to be choosing the names for the big drawing at the end. So you want to make sure you get your name in there tonight. All right. So with that, go back. I'm kicking it back to Allison to continue.
All right. Now we have Kiara Stanford, a senior at Manchester High School in Manchester, Georgia.
So my name's Kiara Stanford, of course. And I've been a part of the Teen Empowerment Youth Action Team for a few years now. So that's why advocacy has become so important to me, because I've learned so much about marijuana use, alcohol use, and just substance prevention overall. I just want to be a voice in the community and provide everyone with guidance on the long-term and short-term effects of using these drugs. Because, we really don't have a lot of people in our community that can educate us about these things. You go to a party and when someone tries to peer pressure you into doing these drugs, they're not going to tell you exactly what's going to happen when you use them. They're just going to tell you something to try to get you to do it. So basically, that's where advocacy comes in. Like, it's just going to shine light and provide awareness on the health risks that come along with using these drugs. And yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Kiara. We will be able, I'm sorry, but now I'm going to share my personal experience with advocacy. My name is Allison Hunter, and again, I am a student at South Carolina High School, in which I serve as SGA president, and I had the wonderful opportunity to serve as vice chair for all Atlanta public schools, which I serve 52,000 students. And in my advocacy, it personally started for me 2 years ago. I decided to intern with the superintendent for Atlanta public schools. And in that, I didn't know what I was going to be doing, but I had an experience to hear conversations from another school. I go to South Atlanta High School, and we had conversations with North Atlanta High School. And we just talked about the differences in community, the differences in allocation of resources. And it kind of inspired me and two other of my peers to create a documentary. And in this documentary, we discussed equity. And what is equity and what does that mean for us as students? Because as students, exposure is everything. And if you don't have those resources and those people to guide you, and if you don't have, it's not just necessarily funding, but the technology, a safe environment to actually learn in, then you won't be college and career ready. And that won't set you up for life. And education, it takes up, the first, I'm not going to say maybe 15, 18 years of your life. And you want to have the best education possible. So we created a documentary, and in that documentary, we use student voice instead of data. We also use data, but we use student voice to kind of give them the actual truth about us and our experience as students. And I got to present that to the Board of Education and the superintendent. And in that, I created the equity committee. And in the equity committee, now we talk about not only holding people accountable, but having policies set in place that now we can have those conversations. Now we can have policies that are set in place to not only enhance the education that we have, but to make sure that the environments and the communities and the foundations for each school are catering to the students. So that's my experience, and thank you. Now we will throw it over to Malia Dowell to lead us into our great breakout group discussions.
Malia, let me slide in one more time before you go in. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just wanted to make sure we get information about getting you all so that you understand what the giveaways are. They are $25 gift cards that we have for you all. So make sure you go ahead and that link that's in the chat telling you to go ahead and make sure your name and your email address is super quick. That's all we need. And then that's how we're going to use to be able to put you in the drawing for the $25 gift cards that will happen after we come back from our breakout groups. And Marcy, I see you put it in the chat, but you sent it straight to me. Okay, there, I see it. Awesome. All right, Malia, take it away, girl.
Yes. Thanks, Allison and Miss Carmen. My name is Malia Dow. I'm a freshman at LaGrange High School in LaGrange, Georgia. Up next, you'll be given an opportunity to talk about advocacy in some small groups. We will send you to breakout groups. Some of you will discuss suicide prevention advocacy, and some of you will just discuss substance abuse prevention advocacy. When the pop-up group thing join pops up on your screen, click join. Also, if your screen is currently off, we would now ask you to turn it on. It'll be a great time to turn it on now. You have about 10 minutes in your groups to discuss 2 questions. First question being, why is prevention substance abuse or suicide among youth important to you? And 2, if there's one thing or issue that you would like to see help youth who may be thinking about using drugs or having suicidal thoughts, what would that be? If you're in a substance abuse group, you will discuss these questions related to substance abuse. And if you are in a suicide group, you will discuss it related to suicide. Be sure to select one person to be your voice for your group. When we come back, there will be an adult facilitator in each group. And if you have any questions, they will be there to help you. So now we break out in our breakout groups.
It may take a moment for Marcio to break us out into all groups. So just give it a second. So once it pops up on your screen, accept the group that you're in. And thank you so much, Malia, for giving us those instructions.
Did it show up the option already to choose?
No, I see something that says unassigned, and I see a bunch of names unassigned.
If you scroll down, it gives you the option to choose suicide prevention or substance use prevention with the person's
I
name.
thought it was supposed to have been random. Okay. I don't know because I'm on host, so mine may look differently. So Marcio, just put us in rooms.
I'll put in, you guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, so it's asking for 50 seconds to close the rooms and reopen them. Meanwhile, if you guys want to go ahead and sign up for
so you can take this time.
Yes.
Yeah. So while the rooms are closing, we're gonna have to reopen them again to put people in rooms. While that's happening, you can go ahead. It's a great time for you to click the link in the chat and fill out the form with your name and email address so that you will be in the drawing for the $25 gift cards that we are giving away at the end of tonight's event. I will say and introduce our 2 adults that will be facilitating. Veronica Dow will be facilitating the suicide prevention group. She will be the adult in that group. So if you have any questions that group, she can answer. And then substance abuse prevention breakout group will be facilitated by Shannon Lawson. Shannon is with the Council on Alcohol and Drugs, and Veronica is with Twin Cedars, 2 organizations that do substance abuse prevention, suicide prevention, opioid prevention, substance, all that within their respective communities. So these are amazing ladies who can help you if you have any questions in your breakout group.
All right, Carmen, we're ready.
All right.
So basically in our group, we talked about how the main reason why we're so passionate about advocacy and substance abuse prevention is because we don't want to see our peers go down a bad path in their lives. We want everyone, we want all of our classmates, you know, the people who we grew up, we want everyone to be successful. We never want to see them dependent on drugs or anything like that. That's like our main reason why. And, you know, the things that we talked about that we want to see to help this is like we want to see more parent involvement. We want to see more clarity and reason behind why to avoid these drugs. So that's basically what it's about.
Awesome. Is there another group that would like to share? Or another person that would like to share? Okay. Now we will share from the suicide prevention part. Is anybody would like to share about suicide prevention abuse?
I will. Suicide is very important because it's very hard to talk about to people, and communication is very important because everyone needs to. The goal is for everyone to live a long life and to succeed. And so it's very important to talk to people and have conversations with people and help, because some people are struggling, especially in in certain schools.
I would like to add to that. Thank you, Madison. That was a great job. We didn't get a chance to talk much, just like Shannon them didn't really, because we were waiting on other people to come in also for the breakout session. But we did have a great conversation, and we unfortunately there have been a couple of successful suicide attempts, not attempts, but suicides in various communities. And that's the thing that's going on now. And we had an awesome person that joined us, an adult that said she's just happy about the conversation that's going on, to the point that she did not realize that these were the type of conversation that young adults can have, and they're open and honest about what we're talking about here in substance abuse and mental health and suicide prevention and everything else, all of the topics that we are talking about under our umbrella of substance abuse prevention. And this is the great place to do it, and a safe place to do it. And that's what we talk about with our youth in our community. And I'd like to thank Kiara and Madison for stepping up, and Allison, of course, did a great job of facilitating our talk as we were moving forward. But like I said, we only got through one question, but she's definitely top notch. Whatever team, she already introduced herself and told her what team she's on in Gwinnett County, but she's definitely doing a great job. Thank you, Allison.
Allison is from South Atlanta High School, Fulton County.
I'm sorry, because I heard her say something about Gwinnett County. See, I'm so sorry, I missed that. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you. All right. Does anybody? Is that? Oh, my bad, girl. No, she was speaking to.
I think Malia has this last little part.
I was just gonna say I was gonna pass it back on to Allison if everyone's done sharing what they talked about. Okay. Now we will get to the giveaway time. So we put everyone's name on the wheel. We will spin the wheel, and whoever's name is chosen will win the prize. But you have to be present to win. If you win, please type your email in the chat and send directly to Voice for Prevention so they can get you your $25 gift card. Shout out to Gabby who put all the names in the wheel. And are y'all ready? Because I'm ready.
Okay, are y'all ready?
Drum roll. Woo!
I'm excited.
Me and Carmen could be like we be on the game show.
Big money, big money.
Okay. Repeat after me. Gabby, spin that wheel.
Gabby,
spin that wheel.
Woo!
Oh, snap.
Congratulations.
Yay! Thank you. I'm excited. I'll put my I think you already have my email, but I'll send it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll do that part that you were going to do for somebody else. Congratulations, Allison. Woo!
Thank you. All right. Is this the only giveaway?
Nope, we have 3 rounds, so we have 2 more rounds.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah.
Okay, let's spin the wheel again. Gabby, spin that wheel.
No whammies, no whammies. Oh, wrong game show. Go, go, go. Woo-hoo!
You get a gift card and you get a gift card and you get a gift card.
Thank you.
I know. One day we'll have that kind of funding.
I know, right?
I think Allison is muted. I think she's.
Oh, Allison, you're muted.
I didn't know I was muted. I'm sorry. Congratulations to Kiara, myself, and I think Tim. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. Could you?
Faith.
Faith?
Hi, Tupper, but I go by Faith.
And Faith. Please put your emails in the chat and we will send gift cards to you through email. We all appreciate you for staying until the end. It has been my pleasure to be the MC for today's Voices for Prevention Youth Rally. Thank you to Ms. Shivers for sharing this opportunity with me, and thank you for Voices for Prevention for allowing me to be the MC. I will send it to Ms. Esther Lopez, who will wrap up and share announcements from Voices for Prevention. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Allison, that was amazing. You did an amazing job. Everyone, the whole thing, the planning of it, the execution of it, everything was amazing. And we look forward to doing more of these. I do just want to reemphasize our big events where we can actually put into practice some of this advocacy things we're talking about. So February 10th will be the Suicide Prevention Day at the Capitol. And February 24th, we have the Substance Abuse Prevention Day at the Capitol. In between now and then, we will be doing some webinars and some other types, and we'll have some other resources available to all of you. So again, if you signed up to be a member, you will get all that information via email. Again, thank you so much to everyone for being here. Thank you to Ms. Carmen for heading this and leading the youth with all of this. Thank you, everyone, and everyone have a good evening.
Awesome. Thank y'all. Thank you, Allison, Kiara. Thank you, Malia, all of y'all on program. Just appreciate everybody. Yay!
Fantastic job, everybody.
Thank you, Gabby and Marcio. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, everybody.